na kawan kano ka right kende za right weka mwezi biza kubiri soko zungete.
Hello, thank you very much.
Thank you. Ndugu Chikonyoko. My task is very simple. First and foremost, I want to greet you all. Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. One Uganda, one people. Sure, I want to hear again. One Uganda, one people. Amuria toe, Nandala hoye, Jakasabi toe, Centenary hoye, Kibuka hoye, even Wante hoye. Thank you. I wanted to take this roll call, but before I do it, I want to recognize some few guests who are here. Protocol observed. My name's Jamal Abdallah Wante, the National Vice Chairman from Eastern Uganda. For us to be sure with our membership here, as I call the name of your district, I will be requesting you, ladies and gentlemen, members of the National Council, to be standing up for recognition that your district is ably represented. I therefore want to start by calling these districts above. Abim, Amdat, Muria, Oye, one Uganda, one people. Budaka again, Bududa, Oye, Bugiri, Bugwe, Bukedea, one people, one Uganda. Bukwa, Bulambuli, one Uganda. Butebo again, Buyende, Abeidinda, Jinja City, Kabom, Kabiramaido, one Uganda. Kalaki, one Uganda. Kaliro, Kalira again. Kamuli, Karenga again. Katakui, Kibuku, Kotido, Kumi, Kwen, Luka, Mayuge, Mbale Cité, Ngora, Moroto, Namai. na Maingo na Bilatuku na Kapiripirit na Kapiripiti again na Misindwa na Mutumba Dere Soroti Tororo Tororo Manafwa Oye 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 Aya Ajumani Agago Alebaton Amur Apak sorry Arua City Cha we are moving. Gulu City, Gulu District, Lamo, Lira, Cha, Lira City, Moyo, Nebi, Obongi, Otuke, Oyam, Pade, Terego, Yumbe, Noya, Buikwe, Butambara, Buvuma, Gomba, Kampala Central, Kasanda, Kawempe, Kai, Chotera, Lwengo, Machindye, Masaka City, Mitiana, Mubende, Tongola, Nakawa, Rakai, Sembabule, Mpiji, Kaso, Mukono, Luero, Bulisa, Bushenyi, Photo City, Hoima City, Kabale,
Kabarore, Kagadi, Kakumiro, Kamwenge, Kanungu, Kasese, Kazo, Kiruhura, Kiriandongo, Kisoro, Kitagwe, Chenjojo, Mbarara City, Mbarara District, Mbarara District, Mitoma, Ntungamo, Rubanda, Rubirizi, Oe, Shema, Buhenju, Buhenju, Honorable Patrick Amuriat Oboy. Honorable Yusuf Unsibani. Honorable Caps Fungaro. Honorable Margaret Madanda. Honorable Sinja Joab. Honorable Nathan Nanda Mafavi. Honorable Paga Gloria. Honorable Ekanye Geoffrey. Honorable Chamba de River Post. Honorable Moses Okia. Honorable Jack Sabit. Honorable Mukarazi Kibuka. Honorable Jamali Wante is available here. Honorable Centenary Franco. Honorable Nasuna Olive. Honorable Biaruhanga Onesimus. Honorable Gutu Brian at Jatim. Honorable Johnny Chikonyogo. Honorable Richard Muyombia. Honorable Adinabio Fatuma Zaina. Fatuma Zaina. Honorable Dembe Henry. Honorable Musema Swale. Honorable Sadiq Agere Amin. Honorable Dalausi Basereka. Honorable Okwera Moses Mugisha. Honorable Okero Newton Freddy. Honorable Kisache Agnes. Honorable Seki Unga Ronald. Honorable Marcia Lise Lilian. Honorable Kasozi Robinson. Honorable Obote Dennis. Honorable Ongom Emmanuel Okui. Honorable Amon Alice. Honorable Muima James. Honorable Senzoga Joseph. Honorable Okao Joel. Alex Awilo. Honorable Atim Robina. Honorable Chamba de Peter. Chamba. Honorable Ahumza Ziada. Honorable Tandru Pasi. Honorable Sazi Malik Sulaiman. Honorable Depo Francis, Honorable Karulesam, the younger man, Honorable Chemonges Alfred, Honorable Oyoda Rita, Honorable Ochola Stephen, thank you. Honorable Bento Muhammad Khalifan, Honorable Khadija Katz James, Honorable Walid Rubega, Honorable Kasozi Biribawa Ibrahim, Honorable Namwanga Rukia, members of Amuru, Kilaka South Amuru, Gilbert Olanya, Woman Representative Kasese, Honorable Kabuko Florence, Maracha, Honorable Nguzuli, Ochero, County Kabramaido, Honorable Emigu Julius Peter, Tom Julius. One Uganda. Woman Representative for Ngora Stella Isodo, Odari Gazaga, Wanzira, Umudan. Soroti District, Anna Adeke. Representatives, Atemo Goret Mary, Irumba Patrick, Akol Rebecca, Party Elders Representative, Mama Tiko Mata Odoga, Wanyaka Canon Siroko, Katusabe James Masindi, Women Elite Representatives, Sub-Regional Party Parliamentary Candidates, Acholi, Matembu Wataka Chris, Aroke de Andrew, Bukedi de Andrew. Okay. Okay, thank you for the correction. Bunyoro Wataka William,
FBC oye.
Busoga na Bukwasi Inidi, East Buganda Brenda Nakadu, Lotian, Kigezi Aras Tawaruka, Kigezi Lango Frederick Okot, North Buganda Neil Rwenzori Kingema Aloysius Baguma, South Buganda Yasini Seruge, Teso Okurutu David, West Nile Achani Helen, elected government district chairpersons, Honorable Giruli Livingstone Sronko, Honorable Chola Stephen Serere, Honorable Edogu Joshua, Mayor City Soroti, Edogu Joshua, elected division municipality mayors, Central Division, Arua City, Emis Muzaid, Soroti East City Division, Omeri Paul, Soroti West Division, Emaru Paturisi, Emaru Patrisi, Northern Division, Mekungiri, Makuru Charles, Municipality Mayor Kasese, Kahindo Che, chance. I don't see Mbali, and I've seen him mayor here of Mbali. Anybody who has not had his or her name, please put up your hand. Name. Buyende. Huh? Representing. Representing Sebei. But Sebei I call. Yeah, I call it Sebei. Somebody was here on your behalf. Let me take this opportunity to introduce to you our guest. We shall continue working with you because you are the first person to represent your party here as of now. We thank you. Thank you. Uganda, one people. Kale mwebale. Now with the powers conferred to me through the chairperson of Forum for Democratic Change, I take this opportunity to invite you, sir, to come and address your members. Thank you.
Thank you. As you are all aware, I'm not the chairman, but I'm one of his vices. My name is Centenary Franco Robert. I come from Kasese, Rwenzori sub-region, and I'm the vice chairperson, national vice chairperson representing Western Uganda. I sit here, to represent our chairman, the Honorable Jack Sabiti, who is present here with us, but not feeling teamwork. I have been delegated to represent him. I'm sure he's not objecting to that. This Honorable Council, the 19th Special National Council meeting, sitting on the 13th of Najjanakumbi, the party headquarters for the Forum for Democratic Change, now in my acting capacity as chairman for this moment. The party president and deputy presidents, the secretary general and deputy secretary general, the party treasurer general and deputy treasurer generals, ladies and women, distinguished members of this honorable council, invited guests. I've seen the representative from JEMA, you're welcome, sir. And colleagues of council at our FDC headquarters, you're all welcome. The purpose of this council meeting is specifically to unveil the FDC presidential flag bearer for 2026-2031 general elections, and to also unveil to you our party manifesto. The theme for today's meeting is alternative and credible leadership for a better Uganda. Alternative and credible leadership for a better Uganda. That is the theme for today's council meeting, and as you may all know, that it resonates with the election. Council members, as you may all know, we lost our comrade Dr. Nawiso, who was the chairperson of the Elders Committee. Just last week, we lost one of our founder members, Garuga Musinguzi, who was laid to rest also in Kanungu on Monday this week. We lost Epau Okelo Tom and other comrades who have served this party in different capacities. They have since left this world to be with the Lord. And before we proceed, our request that we stand for a moment of silence in honor of our fallen soldiers. May the Almighty grant them eternal rest. We all say, Amen. You are all aware that the party went through turmoil in the recent past that has culminated into formation of another ways with our colleagues. Fate has led us that way. However, I would like to reaffirm to you, honorable members, that the party remains strong. We are committed to working with all forces of change to achieve the desired change that Ugandans, our colleagues in the opposition, that we are not in competition with one another, but our ultimate goal is to have a Uganda in peace and dignity under an honest government. Therefore, our efforts the same front of liberating Uganda from the 40 years of NRM captivity. Allow me in different levels and support us for the resilience and commitment towards the FDC for the past 20 years. May God bless you all. I thank you, leaders of various political parties, for honoring our invites and taking your time as we head to the polls. I implore all party leaders, members and supporters from the villages to national level. I urge all of you to paint your districts blue by the FDC is to offer credible leadership to the citizens of this country, Uganda. Let me wish you country. Thank you very much. God bless you all. And God bless the FDC. Jack Sabit, Chairman of the FDC. To this speech, we shall allow about 5 people. Hold there. Mr. Honorable to this council meeting. May I take the singular honor to welcome our Secretary General and his entourage to this council meeting, and I'll request you to march forward on the red carpet as you take your seat. You're welcome, sir. Thank you. You may resume your seats. So I'll take, like I said, I'll take 5 by show of arm. If there is any reactions to the chairman's speech, publicity, you can help me take the microphone. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm by name of Navatarant Verolwa from Rukunjir district. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome your speech, and for the interest of time, I invite my council members that we adopt his speech and we move to another item. Thank you so much.
Is the motion seconded? Those who have seconded the motion say aye. Aye. And those who have not say nay. The ayes have it. May I therefore invite our publicity team to take away this podium, because we are going for a photo session. May I invite the party chairman and your deputies, the party president and your deputies, the secretary general to step forward. We are going to have a photo moment. So, Mr. Chikonyogo, please take us through this session. As I invite the party chairman, the party president, the secretary general, and all your deputies to step forward and line up here. Then the people that Mr. Chikonyogo is going to invite will line up.
We met a beautiful girl, bada bada. Mkwano inabuleka shindo wano bada 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 bada. Oh, sabia yodi nakalema. Yesu biso mkwano unakatele kulema. Mkwano maiba nakalema nakulema bada bada. Mkwano kunyuma bete nyumera. Nyumera. Mkwano kunyuma bete nyumera. Hey, uninaba. Bad character. Bad character. No bad character. Ulinga moko fire. Ulinga muliro gagoja. Sisi moko fire. Tutuna. Tosina no yopa. Wacha kuleta gagoja.
Gulinga muliro nga gwocha. Zino chikakufanya Mr. Senator.
Hello.
Mr. President.
Excuse me. I'm in charge now. Thank you so much. I want to invite Mr. Kasajja to come over and take a picture with the leaders. Mr. Kasajja from Jema.
Deputy Secretary Jema, Mr. Kasajja Eddie Frederick from Justice Forum.
Just 2 minutes after that, I invite all the NEC members. They will come and stand down here. All the NEC members present, they will stand down here. Stand down here.
Forward, Uganda forward. FDC for a better Uganda. Forward, Uganda forward. One Uganda, one people. Young and old, together for change. Men and women united we stand. Solidarity is our pillar. One Uganda, one people. Forward, Uganda forward. FDC for a better Uganda. Forward, Uganda forward. One Uganda, one people. Democracy, good governance.
Thank you so much, members. Let's take our seats. Thank you.
NEC members first leave, all the others remain. Northern Uganda, all the members from Northern Uganda, please come over here and take pictures with the Northern Uganda, please. Northern only.
Maliki, Northern only.
Malik. Northern Uganda, please.
Members, let's organize and we'll take the photo, okay? Please wait, just organize yourself. DJ, wait to play the DJ. Please, don't play the music.
Play music again.
Okay?
Because that thing is so nice.
One people, one Uganda.
Eastern Uganda, come forward, please. Eastern Uganda.
Eastern Uganda. Thank you, Northern Uganda. Thank you so much. As Western region also get organized after Eastern Uganda. Eastern Uganda, let's organize.
Please.
Let's go down Eastern Uganda, please. Bend a little bit. Eastern Uganda, bend a little bit.
That is what should not be for.
Chairman Namutumba, please. June. Oye. Oye. Jinja oye. Yiganga oye. Butiri oye. Mayuge oye. Kaliro oye. Let's enjoy yourself.
Western Uganda, please.
Thank you so much. Sarati oye. Karamoja oye. Kamaramaida oye.
Western Uganda.
Western Uganda, please. Nani ubutona tani. Eastern region.
Kitgum oye.
Western.
Western, let's bend a little bit so that the president and other senior leaders are seen. Oye, 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 one people. Kasese oye, Chiruhura oye, Kawale oye, Bunyangabo oye, Bwezo oye, Chisoro oye, Chegwego oye. Thank you so much, members.
Buganda now, Buganda. Buganda.
Bunyoro oye.
Masidi in particular oye. Buganda, please.
Buganda, Buyiko oye. Buganda, Kampala oye. Masaka oye. Mitiana oye. Diatone oye. Rengo oye. Sembabuli. Chotera. Lord Mayor oye. Honorable Kantiti oye. Okere Moses oye. Bend a little bit, members. Buvuma oye. Kayunga oye. Mukono oye. Boyikwe oye. One people, one Uganda. Oye. Cha.
Thank you.
Kalanga oye. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Muwende oye. Nakasongola oye. Nuwero oye.
Can you get seated, my leaders? That's the end of the photo.
No, let's have the EC there, because EC, members of the EC, please come over. Members of the Electoral Commission, please come for the special photo. If you know that you are a member of the Electoral Commission, please come over.
The candidate.
Sisi, others they can sit even here. Even you can sit here. Yes.
Can you get seated, my leaders? Mr. Ganaga, where are you? You are here. Can you give us something, please, to entertain us? Get this very microphone from me. All right.
DJ Tobial General DJ
Bana uri mucha chiri chika Kamola simbeka Kwasose Omana famulage Namo musaja famulage kwe Kasera famulage kwe Kamo musaja famulage te Mukaluba kata kwe Bana tula kura nache Mukaluba kata kwe Babate watu epakirapo Babate watu epakirapo Waba muna we matu tukapo Mukaluba kata kwe Nache Aiyo fetukapo kwe Nada fetukapa Mukamu fetukapo Chile Sigu asili Kamo Asina majukura wa mukamo Mugambe Kale mugambe kwe Sigu asose abana bagambe Nadala bungi Yefundise bungi Azoleka mugambe Sigu asose kalununga kade Omwana bungi nabo Akaluruka tuse nabo Umwana murundi nabo Akekulu wakamba abo Kilo jikambade Jinja jikambade Umwana bakunge nabo Nalala kwetu kunge nabo Efundisi kwetu kunge Abana bakabe Jinja jikambe Malala bakabe
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Bwana episabisa okubalaba. Bampita mukibisa dati Kalifa aganaga. Bakulisaayo mu kalulu k'okuzoganya ekawempe. Nze ngenda kunga abavubuka ekitinga ekyange abategeera ebintu byaffe. Mwe bali bangi nnyo era tuli bangi nnyo. Ate ngera ne population ya Uganda fe abakola percentage esingako oluki obunene n'ebintu bino tubadde tetubimanyi. Ngenda bategeeza nange ngenda kubeera nga ambasada okubagamba nti tuzze n'ekisumuluzo okusumulula ezo zonna kufulu ze batusiba ku bwongo ze batusiba ku maaso nga tetulabayo ze batusiba ku matu nga tetuwulira. Tugenda tambula n'ekisumuluzo. Honorable Nadala Mafaabi oye teetaaga kwogerera, tumumanyi era ne byakola ne byali tubikola ki tubimanyi. Twetaaga omubeera emabega, atwetaaga badde atwetaaga, naye eno etayimu gyasinga otwetaaga ate nnyo. Nga mbasaba okuteeka emabega entalo zonna na buli kimu, tusooke tugguse kino 2026 naki One Uganda, one people. Neyanziza nnyo.
You facade on a capella, live here, just DJ set another song just without people.
There's this song. Yego yansingira bana balala, banange kwagala nnyo mu mutima gwange. DJ, this is a dedication to you, Mr. President, and the party president. Mwebale nnyo okutulaga nti nno kisoboka abakulembeze ne mutalomba ne mutalwana. Kigezaawo okukyawo kiri kitya.
He'll come back. Thank you, Honorable Khalifa Aganaga, my brother. Thank you. I'd like to invite the Deputy President, who has also been the chairperson of the Manifesto Committee, to step forward and give us highlights about the manifesto. In the meantime, I take recognition of Dr. Serwa Ambala Lawrence, the Executive Director of the Interparty Organization for Dialogue, IPOD. Please stand up. Thank you for coming to grace this occasion. Madam Margaret Wakuri, the microphone is yours to take us through this. Thank you.
Can I request the members of the Manifesto Committee to step forward, with the exception of PP? The main celebrant of the day, the flag bearer, the Right Honorable Nathan Nandala Mafabi, the party president, Engineer Patrick Oboy Amriat, and my colleagues, the deputy presidents, the national chairman, Uncle Jack Sabiti, and your vice chairpersons, the deputy secretary general, Madam Paga Gloria, my colleagues in NEC, the party electoral commission and your team, members of parliament here, the media, the secretariat led by Madam Pauline Namiazi. Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all that one Uganda, one people. Thank you. My name is Wakuri Madanda. I'm the Deputy President of the Forum for Democratic Change coming from Eastern Uganda. I happened to be a dangerous substitute who took over to chair the Manifesto Committee when the person who was supposed to have done it took leave without. So I was then asked by the party to sit in and deliver this work. I'm also holding the flag for the party to be member of parliament for Industrial State Division, Bale City. Allow me to introduce my colleagues whom we worked tirelessly with to deliver this manifesto. The first on the list is our party president, Engineer Patrick Amriado Oboy. Thank you very much, Pepe, for your humility. We worked with Omumbeja Olive Nasuna. Omumbeja Olive Nasuna is the secretary for Deputy Secretary Mobilization, hailing from Uganda. We worked with Chairman Walid. I call him Chairman because he was formerly Chairman of the youth. Chairman Walid, currently Information Secretary in charge of documentation and publicity. We worked with Honorable Atan. What is that name in Soroti? Level. Atan Level. To deliver this manifesto. We worked with the council. Council Kayanja is on his way. Allow me also to recognize the following people and their contribution. The Chairperson Youth, Honorable Adepo Francis. The Chairperson Women's League, Madam Tisache. The Deputy President, Honorable Fungaro. Thank you so much. Our flag bearer, the Right Honorable Nathan Nandala Mafavi. And then our backup team, Kao, our driver Michael, our driver Sembusi, our photo person Norman, all of you, it's been work in progress. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, my role is simple, to give highlights of what is in this manifesto. When we start to make an analysis, we discovered that the country is sick, it is broken, and so it needs rebuilding. And so what do you do when you are rebuilding your house? You need pillars. You need pillars to make a foundation, and that is exactly what we did. That our manifesto is structured under pillars, 5 pillars. The first pillar is generating new employment opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, as a country, we are facing a crisis of unemployment. Statistics indicate a person who is not, especially among the youth, someone who is not in employment is one who is not employed, who is not in education, who is not doing any training. That is a purely unemployed person. And statistics indicate that 42.6% of our youth are not in employment. Statistics also show that out of 100 people, only 26 are employed. 84 do not have any means of livelihood. So as a country, perhaps this is an opportune moment that we find an economist in the name of Right Honorable Nathan Manandala Mafavi, who can perhaps fix some of these things so that we can regain sanity as a country. Otherwise, so we have generating new employment opportunities because we thought that if people are employed, then they are not going to live hopeless lives. They are not going to live life of indignity. We are going to curb the increasing margin between the rich and the poor. The youth will not go into depression and resort to drug abuse. That's why generating new employment opportunities became wrote this manifesto, and under this, we thought we needed to focus on what is called productive sectors. And these are agriculture, trade and industry, mineral development, oil and gas, and tourism. Now, when you are building also, you will also need, you will not just need pillars, you will also need cement, perhaps sand and other ingredients. Now, pillar 2 is strategic investments. And under strategic investments, we looked at infrastructure, the roads. When the party president is speaking, I think he's going to give you how many kilometers we want to deliver as the FDC government in the next 5 years. The government, the current NRM government, so far has done 6,028 kilometers in 40 years. And in Uganda, we have about 25,000 plus kilometers of road. Now, if in 40 years the government has delivered only 5,000, roughly, I'm not a mathematician, but you will need about 112 plus years of the NRM government to deliver the 25,000 plus kilometers of road we have in this country. So, but the FDC government is promising to deliver these roads, to deliver rail infrastructure, water, air transport, information, communication and technology, as well as housing. Then under the strategic investment, still we have the component of energy. Then we have land, water, environment, as well as security. The third pillar we looked at was human resource development, because this is the most important and critical factor. Human resource is very, very critical for a country. And so we paid attention. We paid attention to education, looked at the challenges of the diminishing quality, the salary disparities amongst teachers, the lack of national school feeding policy, the insufficient low capital grants, the high dropout rates, and the discrimination of just giving only science students the loans when other students are equally deserving, because they are all citizens, they are all our children. So under this, we also looked at sports and creative arts, as well as the health sector. So all this, the flag bearer is going to come here and make pronouncements. He is going to make the policy shifts in some of these sectors. So for me, I'm just giving the highlights, then the flag bearer will tell you how he wants to carry this forward. The next pillar, which is the fourth pillar, is leadership and governance. I think all Ugandans are aware that we have a leadership crisis in the country. We have leaders who want to use the military to hold on power. We have leaders that are corrupt. We have leaders that are incompetent and incapable of delivering to the citizens. We looked at all those under establishment of inclusive value-based politics. We have a plan to eliminate corruption. We have a plan to control the debt burden of Uganda. And we have proposed that for better leadership of this country, we are going into a devolution where Uganda can be managed under a federal arrangement. We have looked at the justice system, where there is delayed justice, abuse of criminal justice system. poor quality judgments, armchair investigations, etc. We have given you our proposal about making a peaceful transition and then highlighted issues of human rights and how we intend to handle these issues. Again, our flag bearer is going to make pronouncements on these issues. And finally, we looked at the last pillar, which is interest groups. Ladies and gentlemen, you are aware that while we can sort and solve all these other challenges, the interest groups such as women, youth, people with disability, elders and pensioners have their challenges which need unique and tailored interventions. That's why we chose to have a pillar on interest groups. And here, maybe I can link one of them, that for the youth, we want to give 1 million shillings for every graduate who comes out of an institution of learning so that they can settle down. Ladies and gentlemen, I can see I'm getting tempted to pronounce the policy statements of our flag bearer. Allow me to stop here and say it has been a hectic exercise. You have not gotten the copies because the person laying the book and printing could not meet the deadline, but we promise that in 2 or 3 days, we are going to have the copies available to you. Thank you so much for listening to me. I do pray that the God that led us all here will take us back safely, and I pray that the God who gives us life is going to keep us alive so that we can give the Honorable Nathan Nandala Mafabi the vote to come and fix the economy and put money in our pockets. Allow me to invite the President to come and give his remarks. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Poa oye! One Uganda! One people! Mandala oye! Thank you so much, Mr. President.
FDC oye! FDC oye! James Nathan Nandala Mafabi oye! One Uganda! One people!
One Uganda!
Ra! Cha! The National Chairman of the FDC, Your Excellency, the incoming President of Uganda, Vice Chairpersons of the party, my colleagues, Deputy Presidents of the party, Deputy Secretary General, honorable members of Parliament, sitting elected council leaders, the Chieftaincy of Electoral Commission, my colleagues, members of the National Executive Committee, all of you distinguished chairpersons from all over the country, our special guests, and I want to recognize our guest from GEMA and also the ED of IPOD, our other Bagole, whom I will soon be introducing to you, members of the Fourth Estate, members of this great party, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick Oboy Amuriat Poa,
the president of the FDC. I have decided to introduce myself that way because there could be confusion between the presidential flag bearer and the president of the FDC. And for those who do not know our practice here, it is possible to have a president of the party who is not the flag bearer of the party. This is not a unique occasion because, Mr. Chairman, as you know, this has never happened before in the history of the FDs. I am going to make remarks. First of all, as a former aspirant for the flag, remarks that may not be very brief, by the way. Permit me, Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the party, to carry out a very, very important exercise, important to the growth and sustenance of our great party. And as I do this, I would like to extend my thanks to the chairman of Kwaniya, Mr. Olokotum. If you are around, please stand up for recognition. I would like also to extend my appreciation, recognition of the chairman of Omoro District, Justin Odong. I would like these chairpersons to move forward. I also would like to recognize and to thank the chairman of Dagolo District, the Honorable Julius Okelwawan. Please step forward as we carry out this function. I am also going to ask the NEC leaders from Lao and Acholi to please step forward and accompany me on this journey. And as they come, I would like to take this honor to introduce to you and to invite her to step forward the Honorable Etit Katie Okao, all the way from Kwaniya. I also would like to ask the Honorable Dr. Lalam Grace Anna to step forward. And finally, and certainly not the least, to ask the Honorable Prislin Lakot Otoy from Omoro to step forward. These three ladies have taken a bold step to move out of the ruling NRM party and to join the FDC. This is a culmination of an exercise that the leaders standing here before you worked on day and night. And yesterday, last evening at 10 p.m. right here in the seat of the FDC, we confirmed that the three have taken a decision to join us.
One Uganda! One people!
I want to invite you, my dear friends of the FDC, to give a big round of applause to these honorable ladies. The three ladies don't come alone. They come, first of all, with the following, but secondly, and equally important, they have offered to take our flag to run as our candidates in those 3 districts of northern Uganda. This exhibits the growth that the FDC has always worked for and continues to yearn for. And so I would like to speak to the hearts of my sisters. You join today a party that is well organized and well structured. Today you join a party that has a spread across the country. You are coming into an organization that respects everybody and gives opportunities equally, regardless of your age in the party. You have got equal rights. I want to assure you that you are in the right place. We are going to walk with you through the valleys and hills, across the rivers and streams of your constituency, to carry forward our message, the message of the FDC, and to run with you so that you may become our representatives in Parliament. We don't do this every often, especially when we harvest from the opposition. But we are quite happy as the FDC to do this when we harvest from our tormentors, from those people who have mismanaged this country, and therefore we do this boldly in broad daylight without fear or favor. I also would like to say to the gathering here that the 3 ladies are just a tip of the iceberg. More are coming. They are coming from Buvuma, they are coming from Jinja, they will be coming from Nakapiripirit, some will even be coming from Ankole. We will continue welcoming them until a point when, we have harvested as many as possible from the NRM. I would like, Mr. Chairman of the party, to ask you to allow the 3 ladies each 1 minute to make a commitment before the cameras of the national and international televisions that we are together beginning today, and we shall keep together forever and ever. I will start by asking my sister Katie to come here to the podium. And don't care if you can't say one Uganda, one people. You will learn as we go on.
I can assure you, I can say, one Uganda! One people! One Uganda! Thank you very much, my people. Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Moriat, the aspirant, my president, Mr. Nandala. I'm very happy to be here. I'm happy to join the Democratic Party, Forum Democratic Change. I'm sorry, I'm yet to learn. Work in progress. I was in NRM. I love them, NRM. But I was disappointed. I boarded the bus to get to my destination. Unfortunately, because of the irregularities the unfairness, the bribery. It wasn't fair and free, and I cannot tolerate that. I decided to park that bus and pick the key and move. The bus cannot move now because I want a change. I want a free nation where things are done openly, fairly, without favoring anybody. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
You will allow us to dress the ladies. And I am going to ask the Deputy President from Buganda to come and dress up the lady in our traditional colors that will symbolize her being part of us beginning today.
Generation DJ.
Soketi Etit Okao is going to be our flag bearer in Kwania district of northern Uganda. I would like to invite Dr. Lalam Grace Ann to please step forward and make her remarks.
One Uganda, one people,
one Uganda.
I'm called Dr. Lalam Grace Anna Atine. Atine is my husband, is around. I wish he could come to the camera. We have come as a family.
Yes.
All protocols observed. I'm very happy to be in this gathering. Thank you so much to my chairman. Thank you so much to my brother Emma, Ajuri, flag bearer. Wherever you are, I'm so pleased. Everybody who welcomed me here, I contested in the by-election as an independent candidate. And for those ones who were in Dokolo, they admired how I was performing. And they wanted if I would be that daughter of Vimat. But that time I was independent, and the NRM came and deceived me, telling me that I should step down, they'll give me the flag. The next time come this election, which has already passed. And they left me alone without any money. And they went and stole the votes. I was so disappointed. Now that I'm here, members of this gathering, I am looking for a sense of belonging. I'm looking for a family. I am looking for protection. I thought that if I'm to go back as an independent candidate, they will come and rob me once again. But here I am. Thank you so much. I am going to do my best. I have left the bus packed and the key is with me. I will never go back because I have seen the hardship, the deception, and the lies that is in NRM. One Uganda, one people, Ra, Sha.
I will ask the Honorable Stella Apolotisodo to come and please bless the lady.
Generation DJ.
Yes, DJ, thank you, DJ.
The third person that I would like to invite is the Honorable Priestley Lagot Otoi. Please step forward to the podium, and I'm going to ask the leader of the Women's League, Agnes Sache, to step forward to receive her sister.
FDC Oye. One Uganda. One people. It's such a pleasure for me to be here. Most especially, I want to appreciate and thank the FDC executives for giving me the warm welcome. I thank my party chairman of Omoro District, Mr. Weir Justin. My point is, one, I want to thank FDC leaders for the consistency in their leadership under this dictatorial leadership of NRM. Uganda is supposed to be a democratic government, but here we are with the lifting of the presidential term limits. For me, that was a negative, and I stepped aside. And I've chosen to come and join the party which speaks about change. Because in the NRM, it is no change. But here we are to give opportunity to those with ability to lead. And I want to thank the FDC party for that. Thank you very much. I'm a married woman with one husband. My husband is not here with me because he works outside of Uganda. He's an engineer. He has worked in Pakistan. And I want to thank you all for the welcome that I have received.
We'll ask Agnes, just go step down. And of course, as this was happening, the skies opened up, which is an indication in the African tradition that these are blessed people. DJ, can we yelling as our sisters walk back to their seats? Okay, you may go to your tents. Mr. Chairman, allow me to take this honor to address this National Council in my capacity as a former aspirant for the flag, the presidential flag. As all of you are aware, by the way, politicians are not supposed to fear rain. You operate even in the most harsh environment. And that is why we say, come rain, come shine, we will move forward. I was nominated on the 6th of May 2025 together with my brother James Nathan Nandala Mafabi to run for the position of presidential flag bearer of the FDC. Some people thought at the very inception that this was a joking matter, that we, the two of us, were duping Ugandans, and that we didn't mean to compete against each other. And there has justification for that. Because you all know that for many years, 28 years now, nearly 30 years, Nandala and I have been tight friends. Thank you very much. But don't do this when you are addressing your voters. We've been tight friends. We've worked together. We've served this country. We were in parliament at the same time. We have led the FDC. We have cried together. We have laughed together. We have slept in one bed together. And that bed happened to be a tarpaulin during our campaigns in the by-election in Toroma. We have been accused together. And some people even attempted to hound myself and Nandala Mafabi out of this party. Because we kept together, and by sheer use of the unity that you people exhibited, this party today stands tall above most political organizations in this country. And so when we set out on the journey to campaign, we did come to some of your districts. At the time, of course, because of the regulations within the party, I had to step aside and allow one of my deputies to run the party on my behalf. And just in case I forget, I would like to quickly appreciate the Honorable Caps Hassan Fundaro, MP Emeritus of Obondi. Please come here. We have to be in this lane together. Because you don't act on my behalf and not suffer on my behalf. And so the Honorable Fundaro took over office as my brother and myself moved across the country looking for votes among you, the leaders of the FDC, the delegates of the National Delegates Conference, and also common Ugandans, in keeping with our tradition. I want to say the Honorable James Natadandala was a worthy competitor. We went out to showcase our democracy that is unrivaled by any political organization in this country. We went out to demonstrate our capacity as Democrats who could compete even as friends, but come back and keep together. We wrote in the history books of this country the fact that it is possible to compete, but compete fairly and also remain friends even after the competition. As we went in the nooks of this country, as we came to your districts, we were told by delegates, we were urged by religious leaders, the elders spoke to our hearts and they said, we are lost of choice. How can we choose between two very competent leaders, moreover, people who believe the same, two people who are friends? Save us the trouble. Go build consensus. And so I would like to take the honor to thank Canon James Wanyaka, the leader of the elders of Bugisu, who invited the leaders of Teso to Mbale to talk peace and to urge us to build consensus. I also would like to appreciate the party elders who converged here, coming from across the country, who came on and advised us on the need for us to build consensus. I would like to declare that I listened to your voices. I appreciated the fact that Nandala and I are friends. I was also informed of the need to keep the party together. Judging from our history, where we have fallen apart on account of political fights within the party arising from elections. I also was alive to the fact that we needed a lot of money to conduct a national delegates conference in order to elect the presidential flag bearer. And I said, deep in my heart, without any grudge, not being cajoled or forced by anybody, that the right decision was for me to step down in favor of my brother James Nathan Nandala Mafabi. After all, I had been there before. As you know, even as a loner, I took your flag in 2021. Even as a despised candidate, walking without shoes taken by the Uganda police force, I still continue to carry your flag across the country. I played my part. It is time for Nandala Mafabi to play his part. And so, I would like to congratulate my brother Nathan upon this milestone that you have achieved, and that the flag of the FBC will be carried very high across this country from the time we begin our campaigns to the end. It shall not be put down. That is our principle. I will now address you, my dear friends. Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, please be seated. As the president of the FDC, you have suffered enough. You don't continue suffering. Go and sit. You have wait enough. I would like to move forward and speak to you, my dear friends. And as I was doing this, the Secretary General of the Uganda People's Congress, my brother Ebile Bill, walked in. Please welcome our brother Ebile Bill. The campaign that is before us is not a campaign of Nandala Mafabi alone. It is our campaign. I earlier on said I fought a long fight. I want to pray that you, my friends in the FDC, will not abandon Nandala Mafabi, and that he may not walk alone. He should walk with us. That you are going to go to your districts to find candidates just like Dokoro, Juania, and Omoro have illustrated today to us. That you will go as a must and mobilize the masses
for the victory of the FDC in the next election. And that you will be prepared to walk the talk even in hard conditions of not having resources, in hard conditions of bearing hunger and thirst. And that if you did all this, victory will come our way. Our work has been made even easier, my comrades. Fellow compatriots, Nandala Mafabi is no ordinary candidate. And I want to speak before I sit down to the person of Nandala Mafabi, a seasoned politician, a generous person, an enterprising individual. Whatever organization Nandala Mafabi sets his foot on, he doesn't run it down, he runs it up. That is Nandala Mafabi. And as we're running up, the Secretary General of the Democratic Party, Dr. Siranda, arrived, and I would like you to give a round of applause to Dr. Siranda. James Nandala Mafabi is a man who knows how to make money. He can turn anything to money. Give him a dry leaf today and he will turn it to money. This is an accomplished international player who is going to take the FDC to places. Nandala Mafabi is a very kind man, extremely kind. He has sacrificed for this party. He has caused things to move in this party, and without him, certain things would never have moved. And so while thanking my brother Nathan, I would like to say I have all the confidence in you to run this race successfully. I now want to talk to the naysayers. And if I leave here without talking to the naysayers, I would not have made justice of my speech. There are people who left this place in anger, and they thought by stepping out of the FDC, we would collapse. There are even funny guys around town who thought they could infiltrate the FDC and cause trouble here. Instead, they found trouble. They have gone away with trouble. They thought they would dissolve this party. Shame upon you. We'll continue to march on and not listen to background noise. We won't. And so, I want to say to the naysayers, we are not going to be deterred. We will march on. Our mission is to serve this country. And we are looking at fixing the economy and putting money in our pockets. There are some people who think that is their slogan. But what anybody claims, they should be able to justify. What anybody claims, they should be able to prove their worth. We prove our worth through our manifesto, and everything is written out there in an organized manner, and we are going to prove to this country that we shall fix this economy and put money in the pockets of Ugandans. Nathan, I want you to accept my assurances In 2021, you were among the very few who walked with me. You never abandoned me. I will never abandon you in this quest of the liberation of this country. Comrades, I'm not going to speak much more than that. I want to thank you very much and wish you journey masses back home. It is time to start work. It is time for change. It is an opportunity for the FDC to lead this country. Thank you very much. God bless you. One Uganda. One people. Ra. Share. All chairpersons are going to start duty today. And this is not a request from your president. This is a command. You are going to go with the forms of our candidates, and within a period of 2 weeks, they must be returned to the headquarters. This is not a request, but a command. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you so much. I would like to process a resolution of this council. I know that we have had the highlights of the manifesto. A detailed booklet will be given to you, but I would love that we move a motion that we receive our manifesto as one of the guiding documents for the FDC, and then we proceed to the next agenda. May I have someone move a motion that we receive the manifesto, which we shall launch thereafter. Yes, can somebody take the...
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, okay.
My name is Mohamed Khalifa Mbentio. I'm the National Deputy Secretary for Mobilization from Eastern Uganda. I rise up to move a procedural motion that we receive the manifesto as presented by the Chairperson Manifesto Committee as a working document for FDC party. I beg to move.
Those seconding? Yes, Honorable Isodo. Honorable Ikudu.
Thank you. I, Stella Apollo Isodo, the Iron Lady of FDC Woman MP Ngora District, move to second the motion on the floor. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Honorable Ikudu.
Thank you. I, Ekudo Tom Julius, Member of Parliament, Gweri County in Soroti, stand to second the motion.
Thank you. Those seconding the motion, do we adopt the motion? Those in favor of adopting the motion to receive the manifesto as presented, say aye. And those are going to say nay. The ayes have it. May I therefore invite the chieftains of the Electoral Commission, please step forward and tell us the story of how you arrived at the flag bearer officially. I continue to recognize our visitors, and I'll give a detailed recognition after a message from the chieftaincy of the Electoral Commission. Thank you. One Uganda, one people. Thank you very much. The National Chairman, Forum for Democratic Change, the party president, members of the National Executive Committee, members of the National Council, our guests representing the various political parties, the oldest parties in this country, the second oldest party in Africa, the Democratic, the Uganda People's Congress, which was in the government twice, the executive of inter-party organizations for dialogue, EPOD, and many of you, the various political parties in this country. You are very much welcome to FDC party headquarters. The gallant FDC men and women, distinguished media practitioners, fellow citizens, you are very much welcome. There are many of my colleagues who have participated in the electoral processes. Please stand up for recognition. Commissioners, district supervisors, sub-county supervisors, village supervisors, cell supervisors, ward supervisors. I know it is a very big team, but members of the National Council have seen you and they recognize your contribution and the noble task force you have done for this country. Dear gallant members of this August House of the 19th Special National Council, held on the 13th of August 2025 at the party headquarters, Najjanakumbi, Kampala, the capital of Uganda. Dear gallant members, I thank you for coming up to address you on a very important but brief issue. And after this brief, the history of this country, the history of this party, the history of the individual I will mention will automatically change. And the thrust of this matter is on how the party arrived at the candidature of Right Honorable Nathan Nandala Mafari James, the current Member of Parliament of Budadiri West Constituency, and the incoming Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda Armed Forces and the 10th President of the Republic of Uganda. The FDC Electoral Commission laid down 4 steps through which a candidate can be arrived at. These steps include picking and returning of expression of interest forms, picking and returning of nomination forms, vetting of candidate, and primary elections. I am delighted to inform you that 5 members picked and returned expression of interest forms, of which only 4 members picked nomination forms. From the 4 members, only 2 were successfully nominated to run for the presidential flag bearer. The 2 candidates, Honorable Engineer Patrick Amuriato Boy and Right Honorable Nathan Nandala Mafari James, traversed some parts of the country seeking for the support of delegates who were supposed to vote for one of them on the 31st of July 2025. The 2 candidates, Honorable Engineer Oboy Amuriati Patrick and Right Honorable Nathan Nandala Mafari James, went through vetting process, and the Electoral Commission was preparing for the 31st July 2025 National Delegates Conference, only to be told that the candidates were talking, and one of the 2 candidates wanted to step down for the other. As the Electoral Commission, we welcome consensus and respect the individual who will step down for the other if you run in the same office. On the 30th of July 2025, Engineer Patrick Oboy Amuriat officially wrote to the Electoral Commission, informing the Commission that he had withdrawn from the presidential flag bearer race. The Electoral Commission is glad to inform you
that a letter addressed to the Electoral Commission was received on the 30th of July 2025. As the party Electoral Commission, we welcomed the idea, and that caused the party to call off the 31st July National Delegates Conference. The gallant members of the National Council, through you, the National Chairman and your team, today, the 13th of August 2025, I present to you the FDC Presidential Flag Bearer 2026 to 2031 in the names of Nathan Nandala Mafavi James. Kindly receive him and let us conclude the details. May I now officially, Mr. Chairman, I'm now officially handing over the candidate to the National Party Chairman. Permission has been granted. I now rest my case. I thank you, members of the National Council. I thank you, my fellow citizens. I thank everybody wherever you are listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chairman, Electoral Commission. Before we unveil our candidate, I'd like to give special recognition. Honorable Siranda Gerard, Secretary General DP. Thank you for coming. Honorable Ebil, Secretary General UPC. Thank you, our brother. Mr. Kasaja Eddie Frederick, Deputy Secretary General, JEMA. Dr. Lawrence Selwambala, the Executive Director, IPOD. This is the team spirit that the FDC stands for. May I therefore request the party chairman, party president, the secretary general, and the chairperson of the manifesto committee to come and perform a small ritual of unveiling our manifesto officially. Please step forward. May I have somebody to help me with this podium? Take this away. Take this, put it here.
Mr. Sawa Yinze, Malagomugole Wafe, Tanala Mafabi, Amasa Tunusia Misiwa Yese, Twagala Mafabi, Anda Uganda Tukudindi, Nandala Mafabi, Dufira Kupe, Enda Nawe, Shogenda Yuna, Enongo Ibuka, Nemoyaro, Paina Saboti, Amasa Tunusia Misiwa Yese.
So right now, we are unveiling the official FDC manifesto for the electoral period 2026-2031. That is our manifesto. As As you can see, it is under the theme, fixing the economy, money in our pockets. Signed May 2025, unveiled today, the 13th of August, 2025. So we are going to have each one of them append their signature officially. We'll begin with the Secretary General, then the party president, and finally the party chairman.
Kunsunga ya kamani, mapari kuwa unyao. Ono simuana buwani, mapari alemende kumani. Babi simusima musimi, nandala fuse songa. Songa songa songa, nandala songa. Songa songa songa, mapari songa. Songa songa songa, nandala songa. Songa songa songa, mapari songa. Ibanji babagobye ku masomero emwana g'eddagala lyabula sikulu fiizi tebafuna nasawa eddagala lyabula akwitako busungu bwajjula akwitako nkutawa namwana kusanga mulamu akwitako nkukuuta namwana akuyitako oleka tugende nono nanalo bamikatulumye abali wamula kuyesekwa.
As our leaders sign, I will request our brothers from JEMA, DP, UPC, and IPOD, they will come and step forward for a photo moment with their colleagues. Please step forward and we have a photo moment. In this photo we shall have the party president, the party chairman, the secretary general, and our colleagues from UPC, DP, JEMA, and IPOD.
Forward, 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 Uganda forward. FDC for a better Uganda. Forward, forward, not everyone will sign. One Uganda, one people, one Uganda.
The signing has ended.
Together for change, men and women united we stand.
Stop the music, photo moment, we don't have ample time.
One Uganda, one people, forward, forward, Uganda forward, FDC for a greater Uganda, forward, forward, Uganda forward, one Uganda, one people, democracy, good governance, transparency and accountability.
political parties,
religious leaders, peace lovers, everybody. One Uganda, one people. Forward, Uganda forward. FDC for a better Uganda. Forward, Uganda forward. One Uganda, one people.
Next on our agenda is the moment we have been waiting for, the gist of today's matter, and this is to unveil our presidential flag bearer 2026-2031. By virtue of the authority vested in me, allow me to unveil the presidential flag bearer of the FDC 2026-2031 elections, none other than the Right Honorable Nandala Nathan Mafabi. You may stand up for recognition. Before I unveil him, you may sit down, Mr. President. I would like to speak to the profile of the person we are unveiling this afternoon. As you well know, that in 2001, when the nation rallied behind Dr. Besigye as an opposition flag bearer, specifically for the FDC, we had a military question that we were trying to resolve. And at that time, the most suitable person was a military man in the name of retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besigye. 20 years down the road, the circumstances are changing. The problems, the challenges of this country have increased from merely military and now to the economy. Today, we stand here with a strong pillar, a pillar that is not only knowledgeable, but has the local and international expertise of fixing economies. That is the candidate we bring today, the candidate I am unveiling anytime now. On that basis, I take this opportunity to present our presidential flag bearer, the Right Honorable James Nandala Mafabi, a seasoned leader, economist, statistician, with over 20 years of legislation as a member of parliament, an accountant, but also a lawyer, a teacher, an investor, a farmer, an all-round leader. So if you're looking for a leader,
You are looking for at a leader that has gone through all the rank and file in the social strata of this country. He has served as a leader of opposition in parliament between 2011 and 2014. Currently the Secretary General of the FDC and chairman of the most successful cooperative union, the Bugisu Cooperative Union. The Right Honorable James Nandala Mafawi is a loving and generous leader who continues to give to the community and empower religious institutional growth. He is not just a politician, but a humble servant with a passion for uplifting the livelihoods. I know Nandala Mafawi as an Anglican, but I can also give my own testimony that I have witnessed Nandala Mafawi sponsor the Muslim leaders in the Bugisu sub-region to go for hijab. Cumulatively, he has sponsored over 100. You know how much that means in terms of resources. Therefore, his leadership has no religious boundaries. He is a leader who has written his name through service to the country and the world, starting his career at the Ministry of Finance and Economic and Investment in 1988, but now it is the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development. And after Minister of Finance, he worked with the Uganda Revenue Authority in the public sector. I can also tell you that while I served with him in Parliament, whenever we were processing the tax laws of this country, the Speaker would not convene Parliament when Nandala Mafawi is not present in the House. He's an authority, and therefore, when we are talking about taxation in this country, we are looking at a consultant. Somebody who is coming to resolve tax issues of Uganda. Honorable Nandala joined politics in 2001 and was elected Member of Parliament for Budadiri County West. Given his expertise, he was elected Chairman Parliamentary Committee on National Economy in his first term. Therefore, when he talks about fixing the economy, it is about the experience that he has in that discipline. As chairperson of Public Accounts Committee in his subsequent term, he demonstrated his skill as a fearless interrogator that showed the importance of opposition-led committees in the fight against corruption. As chairman, Bugisu Cooperative Union, he has led cooperators in a non-partisan manner, focused more on delivering for an organization that brings together members of all political parties. In all his leadership roles, he has always provided mentorship to people from different walks of life. He is a leader who will wear a necktie to talk and make sense working at the global stage, but is also comfortable in a pair of shorts, interacting and providing solutions to individuals with limited resources and education. The Right Honorable James Nandala Mafawi is competent, without doubt, skilled, experienced, and well prepared to serve as President of Uganda. I want to state that even as President of Uganda for 40 years, when he came to power in 1986, he did not even have half the qualification and expertise that our flag bearer has. If there is anybody who is disputing this, let them step forward and I give them a medal. The only competence he had was the military background, which forced him into power. I therefore have the honor to present the Right Honorable James Nandala Mafabi to all Ugandans and appeal to you to converse, support, mobilize the villages, the parishes, sub-counties, districts, and the entire nation to ensure that Nandala Mafabi becomes the next president of the Republic of Uganda. He will fix the broken down economy and stabilize the country in which the youth, women and men will enjoy as deserving citizens under a caring and responsive president. Fellow Ugandans, this is the time to join hands to vote Nandala Nathan Mafabi as our new president to fix the economy and put money in our pockets, because the moment the economy is fixed, everyone will have money in their pockets. At this moment, I will request the party chairman, Honorable Jack Sabit, to officially come and hand over the instruments of power to our flag bearer, whom I will also request to step forward and walk on the red carpet, because he's our Mugore for today, to come and receive these instruments. I'll request the party president to come and accompany the chairman on this podium as he hands over the instruments. I request my secretariat to prepare our flag, prepare our key, prepare our manifesto, to allow the chairman to exercise his mandate. Chairman, please step forward. Party president, please step forward. The vice chairpersons and the deputy presidents, you'll stand right behind me to witness on behalf of the areas that you represent this ceremony. Come this way. May we stand up and receive the one and only flag bearer of the FDC, Nandala Nathan Mafabi. Please hand over the flag to... We are now officially handing over the flag. Initially, he was a flag bearer without the flag, the symbolic flag. Now we are handing over the flag. Mr. Chairman, please hand over the flag to our flag bearer. And I'll request him to receive it.
With your permission, allow me to hand over the flag to our candidate who is going to lead us in this important journey to make sure that Uganda receives a change, and he will be the person in the chair of this country as the President of Uganda.
Nandala hoye! One Uganda, one people, a flag bearer hoye! May I request the chairperson of the party to hand over the key to our flag bearer that is going to open all the different villages, sub-counties, parishes, sub-counties, districts, sub-regions and regions of this country for our flag bearer. That is the key that is finally going to open the State House in Entebbe. May I request the chairperson to hand over the copy of the manifesto which has our program agenda. Like the saying goes, you should be known for what you stand for, not what you are against. Thank you. Who has our manifesto? Big one. We want it to be pronounced so much. Okay. Finally, I would like to request our candidate, as the rest of the leaders witness, to come and unveil his official poster for the campaign. Kindly step forward. Unveil your official poster, and this will be the official poster for the 2026-2031 presidential elections. Under the theme, fixing the economy, money in our pocket. Kindly sign the poster and launch it officially. I will request now everyone to take their seats. Let everyone take their seats, including the flag bearer, and wait for the next instructions. Thank you. Khalifa, Honorable Khalifa.
Dancers. Just let's have an uninterrupted dancers. First. Dancers. And store also get ready. The owner of that song, please come first. Who's the owner? Thank you so much. Let's have the entertainment. Thank you so much, entertainment. Thank you so much, entertainment.
Thank you so much. The entertainment will be there. Order. Era Uganda violator. Thank you so much. Finally, I would like to request our now official flag bearer, the Right Honorable James Nandala Mafabi, to come and address the nation. Let us receive him with a song.
One Uganda, one people, Nandala Nache, Purumye Nachi, God me Khalifa, Mustam Aganaga, Nash
Thank you. I'm going to request that the president be left alone on the podium to address his country.
FDC oye!
Oye!
FDC oye!
Oye!
Jack Summit oye!
Oye!
Engineer Muriat oye!
Oye!
One Uganda!
One people!
One people! people. Ra. Of course, such a day is very hard to speak, especially when your big brothers have spoken. First and foremost, I want to welcome all of you here, and I want to state that my chairman, Jack Sabit, whom I've known from my younger days when I was still a civil servant, thank you. My brother, Patrick Amriat, the party president, whom I've known for over 20 years, thank you. My brothers from other political parties, my brother, Honorable Ibiru, Secretary General of UPC, that's the party we all began from. Unfortunately, on the way we left, but we are together. My son, Sulanda, Doctor, the Secretary General of DP. My brother, the Deputy Secretary General of GEMA. My young brother, the ED, Dr. Lawrence from IPOD. The vice chairs of the party, the deputy presidents of our party, all members of NEC, chairpersons of our districts, the chairperson of the Women League, the chairperson of the youth, the chairperson of the elderly, all of you in your respective capacities, because protocol is very complicated for me, which I've asked my younger brother Chikonyogo, my spokesperson, to teach me, but I think with time I'll know. I want to recall that Jack Sabit, Honorable, who is the chairman of the FDC party, I knew him when I was still a civil servant in the Ministry of Finance. And I cannot miss my word and say he has been there, mentored me up to now. A few minutes I asked him a question. Have I answered the big question you have been putting forward? He said, you're about to answer it. So in that regard, I would ask Honorable Jack Sabit for us to be able to answer the question you put forward many years ago to lead the campaign bureau as our chair. I know there will be announcements here, but this shows that you're a person we should bank on. Brothers and sisters, of course, all of you know I come from the mountains of the sun, where I was born to parents who are teachers and farmers. Today, I stand here humbled. Out of 45 million Ugandans, I am one of those you have chosen to be the president of this country. And I want to ask you to forget everything. My size, my height, my English, forget about those. Those are not good. Judge me as your own. As you remember, God chose King David from among the last persons whom nobody loved in their family. You recall all of you the story? They brought the big ones. The prophet said, not that one. They brought the tallest until all of them were finished. The story of the Bible, a true story, and it's in the Quran. The sons of Jesse. Then they asked Jesse, is there any more? He said, I have something which is rearing a sheep. And I'm sure you would not be happy to look at it. And he said, bring that one. When they brought, the guy was dressed in rags, smelling sheep. And the prophet said, that is the chosen one by God. And all of you must agree with me that King David was being chosen after the people of Israel had asked God that you are very far, give us a king whom we serve every day. And indeed, God said, are you serious? He said, yes. Then he said, okay, I'll give you. Then he gave them King Saul. And when he tormented them, God told them, you wanted your king. That is your what? King, I gave you. Now when he was bringing David, he said, I brought my own king. King David was the most loved person before God. He committed a crime, but God forgave him. But he led the country, that is Israel, for how many years? For how many years? For how many years? So the most loved person led the country for 40 years. We Muslims have our dua after many days. Jesus fasted for how many days? The number of days of a thief, how many? 40. So 40 is a remarkable figure in the history of God. It is time. 40 years have reached. It is now time for you to make a decision whether to obey God or to commit sin. Of course, I've crossed paths with many of you, fellow Ugandans, men and women, youth, and the people of different backgrounds and tribes. Many, from school, from working, from business, from anything you can mention. So, but never in my life I ever imagined that people would laugh and scorn the dead. Especially if the one who died is considered to have been having power, which in our lives was never, and the death was a uniting factor. And this is only caused because of unbearable conditions and untold sufferings experienced by majority of our people in Uganda. Imagine 84 out of 100 are dependent. That means only 26 are the ones who are working for 84%. And those 26% wake up to demands of rent, to demands of food, demands of treatment, and the list is endless. A member of parliament every minute is called on to be told somebody is sick, somebody has no fees, somebody has no food, somebody is not able to live on his own, he has no house, and the member of parliament is the one who is looked after to be a solution, and he can't or she can't. This is a problem in our country. All of you will agree with me, in 1997, our debt was waived. it came to 0. And we declared highly indebted poor countries, HIPC. This was an opportunity for us to build our country. Unfortunately, it couldn't. As we speak, our debt is beyond 50% of the recommended gross domestic product. That means we had borrowed from UC, which bank here, Stanbic, would have been declared bankrupt by now. In short, we're bankrupt and we're living in a dangerous situation. That's why poverty is on increase, no food on tables, unemployment is on increase, and this causes a big problem for our country. I come here to offer myself as the President of Uganda after deep reflection on our situation in Uganda. I have worked in Uganda. I have worked at international level. We have fixed economies for countries. We have provided ideas to our country, but it looks others are not ready to listen. The countries which have listened to my advice have done better. And that's why in many years here, you have heard everybody saying Nandala is the next governor bank of Uganda. Even themselves know that the best person to fix this country economically is only Nandala Mafari. Our youth are living in bad situations. Cities are burdened with health bills because of health services are not functioning. Schools, the people who go to school now are burdened with fees. The country is heavily taxed. The people of Uganda are heavily taxed, that they are left with nothing for themselves. And the tax which is taxed is mostly put to waste. All of you will agree there's a report of World Bank which has been, I think, confirmed by our GG that of our budget, 10 trillion is wasted in corruption. 10 trillion. When I was telling somebody that I am going, if made a president of this country, I'll put 100 million in every village. Somebody said, where will you get the money? I want to run mathematics with me. We have 70,000 villages, times 100 million, you get 7 trillion. If I plug corruption of 10 trillion, I'll put 70 trillion in the village, balance of 3 trillion will be available for another day. I demonstrate experience in fighting corruption, and I can tell you, with all of you working together with me, this is possible. I come with conviction that together we can fix these challenges of our motherland, Uganda, and make it a better place for all of us to live. None of us applied to God to be born in Uganda. And since when Uganda is for all of us, we must enjoy Uganda, not for a few to enjoy Uganda. I come as a bridge to peacefully carry Ugandans from the current political, social, and economic hopelessness to a country that we can all be proud of. As FDC, we offer a social contract in this manifesto. The FDC under my leadership promises to provide jobs by investing in productive sectors, by filling vacancies in government offices, and we promise to put money in your pockets by reviving cooperative unions, which will also create jobs. We shall need good infrastructure. We shall have a skilled and healthy human resource, solid security, and affordable electricity, among others. Your vote in 2026 elections is paramount. A vote for me is a vote for money in your pockets. It's a vote for employment. It's the one which will reduce the debt burden. It's the one which will fix the infrastructure. It is the one which will develop human development in this country. And your vote will guarantee a peaceful transition as one Uganda, one people. As you're aware, this is our fifth manifesto since the country's transition in multi-party politics. This manifesto has been written bearing in mind the global, regional, and national context. As guided by the Constitution of Uganda, we shall actively participate in international and regional forums that stand for peace, the well-being and the progress of humanity, and dealing with global challenges such as political tensions between the United States and China, Israel and Palestine, as well as Russia and Ukraine, among others. Within the East African region, FDC takes note of the tensions in the neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo and South Sudan. These tensions have caused influx of refugees and curtailed bilateral business between the countries. Of course, at the national level, the country is faced with socio-economic and political challenges that must be addressed through the revival of our economy. Uganda has the highest tax regime, which is crippling businesses, creating unemployment in the youth, and indebtedness, low productivity, and widening income inequality. The gap between the rich and the poor is so big. This must be addressed. Let the rich have a 100-inch TV. Let the poor have a 14-inch black and white. Let the rich have tiled houses. Let the poor have a mabati house. You have your Benz, let him have a motorcycle or at least a bicycle. Of course, all this have led to land disputes, environmental degradation, poor infrastructure, low quality education, and of course, the ailing health sector. The 2024 National Population and Housing Census put our population at 45.9 million. And of these, 50% are below 18 years of age. And the same report reveals that 84 out of 100 are dependents. This poses a high danger burden, and it has led to over 4 million youth unemployed, education of the youth being low and not being well trained. This, I promise, if elected the president, these economic hardships, these inequalities, which have resulted in resentment and anger by one tribe against another, or a region against another, will be history. Politically, almost all government institutions have grounded to a complete halt. Of course, political parties are also grappling with internal strife. The judiciary is burdened with case backlog and inefficiencies, and of course our parliament, which is busy passing anti-people laws. The security forces, which is supposed to be for civilians, is busy taking sides with the ruling party. Of course, against this background, is the FDC has written this manifesto under the theme, fixing the economy, money in our pockets. FDC is convinced that once the economy of Uganda is fixed, this will lead to rebuilding the country. And I want to state that once people have jobs, they have money in their pockets. They will afford 2 meals, they will educate their children, they will afford basic family needs, and importantly, the country will have a wide tax base. Somebody will say, my villager can't pay tax. When you have money in your pocket and you buy sugar, there's tax on that sugar of 18%. When you buy soap, you pay 18% VAT on that soap. When you drink beer, that's the worst, the tax is about 60%. So if you buy one beer, you're paying 60% in the form of taxes. So that shows if people have capacity to consume, then they will be paying indirect taxes, which means widening the tax. This country will no longer be burdened with indebtedness and bitterness resulting from the world economic inequalities, which has led to people feeling as if hating Uganda, their own country. FDC, under my presidency, will do everything in their means to make sure that the resources they will mobilize will put in the priority sectors so that our economy can resurrect. Given the radical reforms within the global aid system, the FDC government will be intentionally focused and frugal in the management of Uganda sources. I talked about transition. Before I make the policy shifts, I needed to make a comment on transition. All of you will agree with me. Uganda has failed to achieve a peaceful transition from one regime to another. Regimes have come to power forcefully and left the same way. Involvement of the military in politics started in 1966 with the invasion of the Rubiri and the subsequent exile of Kabaka Mutesa II. Throughout our UPC government of Bota I, Central Uganda was seething with anger, which is why when Idi Amin took power, that's under coup, he was welcomed with jubilation. 50 years later, under the NRM regime, the same military invaded and killed the people in Obusinga Rwenzururu, where even Omusinga or Kabaka was under captive for 2 years. In all the 63 years of independence, one leader has come after another by atrocities against Ugandans, which have never stopped. It is now an opportunity for Ugandans to cause change, without a gun. We cannot keep this country in pain. It needs a healing process. On this, I will urge the country to massively come out and vote FDC for restoration of sanity. A vote for FDC is an opportunity to start a transition and end the era of governments that routinely use the tool of coercion to hold on power against the will of people. We want to use this election to break the tradition of getting and leaving power through the military. Uganda is for all of us. It's the only country we have. It is our destiny. Of course, this we shall lead to setting up a truth-telling and a reconciliation commission. We don't come with any hatred. We come to build bridges where they have been destroyed. We repair. We want to guarantee a better Uganda for everybody in this, and work with faith-based and cultural leaders to endlessly preach and emphasize the importance of truthfulness, hard work, and forgiveness in the pursuit of a peaceful country. This manifesto will be given to all of you. It's a document which shall the people of Uganda hold us accountable as FDC, and I can tell you it is possible and we can make it. I want to thank my Deputy President, my sister Margaret, who summarized the highlights of the pillars. Our manifesto is built on 5 pillars. And these pillars as follows, and this is how policy will be. Pillar 1, generating new employment opportunities. We shall deliver the following. Invest in agriculture by having a 10% budget in agriculture. Revive all the cooperative unions, which were 20. Have 20 processing factories in every region, 21. Build silos. Have tractor in every sub-county. Have 10 colleges for coffee training. Give credit to women farm groups. We have identified about 10,000 groups, women groups. We have to work on the beach committees. Of course, of you know them at the fishing landing site, so that the fishermen and fishmongers and women can use them for their benefit, and we could have fish. Empower the youth and the women through fish farming and agriculture. We must have modern inland fish terminals. We're planning 50. Rehabilitate the coffee greeneries. My brother, you remember in the Congress, we had over 50, but want to start with 53. Have the government ranches and the farms back. Have the meat processing plants, which were built, and we have meat. Of course, we must compensate the people who lost their cattle in the areas of Teso, Lango, West Acholi, West Nile, even in Bugisu. Of course, our bank, the cooperative bank, must be restored, which has been on the shelf for long. Of course, recover assets for all cooperative unions. We must have a progressive tax regime which build local businessmen. If a local businessman makes money, it stays in the economy. If a foreigner makes money, he takes it to his country. We must make sure local businessmen are supported, both in a better tax regime, being given better tax incentives, being availed credit, even at negative interest, like in India. We must talk about irrigation schemes. We passed money to build irrigation schemes in every constituency in this country. Money came, money eaten. Money came, money, and the head of state does not talk about it. We will not agree on that. We must have drugs for our animals. We must have fabric industries. You know it. We had ATM, we had Lila spinning mill, we had Nightil. Nobody's questioning. These are things which we're bringing people to have our own shirts, our own bed sheets, jobs. Cheap and long-term financing for manufacturing plants, mining and value addition by companies in Uganda. Of course, royalties to the people where the minerals are got. If cement is in Tororo, people of Tororo must get their share. If minerals are in Karamoja, Karamajongs must get their share. We must stop this thing of saying we cannot wait for Karamoja to develop. Karamoja could have developed beyond, but people in power have made it underdeveloped. I am a Karamajong. Of course, we must have fertilizer for our farmers, both in the coffee sector and the tea sector. We must clear all the seedlings supplied, like for the tea and the coffee in the oil sector in Uganda. And this will go a long way to create employment. Under Pillar 2, we intend to gravel our roads, 24 roads, totaling to 1,577 kilometers to tarmac standard within 5 years. The roads are in our manifesto, you will see them. Of course, you know Malaba and that road from Malaba to Kabare. Whoever has been to Malaba and Abusia will confirm 70% of custom duties enter through Malaba and Busia. Are the roads okay? So how can you milk a cow which you are not feeding? It is important to feed the cow before you can milk it. We shall make sure we do road sealing for community roads in the 50 districts, totaling to 200 kilometers. We shall have 120 kilometers of ferry access roads. We shall have 9 rehabilitated paved roads, totaling 999.4 kilometers. We shall ensure our goods are transported by rail, because the trucks are on the roads. That's why our roads are being spoiled. So the rail must be fixed. And the rail must be extended to a total of 1,497.3 kilometers. You'll see it, and we've done measurements. And we have shown you where the money funded is. We shall have to rehabilitate the 31 big bridges in this country. We'll have to rehabilitate the river and the swamp crossings. We are going to establish cable cars in the Rwenzori, that is Rwenzori Mountain, and the Mount Elgon. We need the cable cars. Somebody will say, but because you come from the mountain of Elgon, that's why you want a cable car. You need to come and see Mount Elgon. It's the best place in this country. Of course, we have to pave runways at Pakuba, Kibepo, Moroto, Mbarara, and Akanungu. We have to ensure the network is the best, so that the price also drops from $35 to $25 MBS per month. We must have high speed of internet in our secondary schools and the universities and health centers. We must have houses for government employees. A doctor in Mulago stays in Mukono. There's an emergency in the theater. You need to operate a lady delivering. By the time you drive from Mukono to Mulago, will that woman be safe? Yet, under the Bote government and the other one, Kitante Courts was meant for doctors, junior doctors. Kololo was for senior doctors. What happened? We shall make sure civil servants have accommodation and affordable. We shall ensure those elderly people of ours who are above 70 years are taken care of in accommodation and even being given some allowance, stipend. Our power should be less, cheaper, to promote production, and we shall ensure power to the last person. We shall make sure there's running water in all our cities, municipalities, town councils, and health facilities. We have so many town councils, no water. We have some municipalities with no water, if it is there in limited supply. And they say water is life, except if you stay in Waise. We shall have 4 regional military and police referral hospitals. We shall have 500 housing for military and police. We shall ensure there is free education for children of men and women in uniform up to university. We shall provide free medical care for citizens in public hospitals. Why should you go to the hospital and they say, here's a prescription, go and buy drugs? No, you should be treated in public hospital. I want to assure you, if you vote me, medical tourism will end. Medical tourism will what? Nobody will go to Dubai, to India, to Turkey, to South Africa on public resources for treatment. We shall ensure those facilities are here for everybody to benefit. Of course, we have talked about compensation. Human development. We shall ensure all our primary schools have more classrooms and we're planning 87,000 classrooms. And we shall ensure the salaries of teachers, both arts and science, are the same and high. Most developed countries, the salary of a teacher is more than the engineer or me, an accountant. Why? Because I became an accountant through a what? A teacher. But here in Uganda, if you went to a primary school or secondary school and asked the teacher, where is your ATM card? He will tell you it is with who? It's with who? And when the teacher is teaching 1 + 1 in the classroom, and he hears a motorcycle coming, you will see him running through the window because he thinks they have come to collect money from him for the loan defaulter. This is not acceptable for our teachers, for our civil servants who should provide services to this country. Of course, we shall have a feeding policy for our children in schools. Yes, and we're going to increase capitation grant for primary school from whatever it is, 200,000 per people, and the secondary school to 500,000 per student. Somebody will say, where's the money? I have a balance of 3 trillion. I have plugged corruption. I have a balance of what? And this, what I'm raising here, does not cost me even 1.5 trillion. I still have 1.5 trillion. We will provide free sanitary pads and towels to all teenagers, girls in schools. Of course, those towels will be tax-free. We shall make 200 public secondary schools, and these secondary schools must also have stadiums to promote games. Somebody was asking me, how do you build a stadium? If you went to Ghana, even the primary school has its own stadium. I am sure my brother Biro agrees with me in this. So if a primary school in Ghana has a stadium, we can organize a stadium in every district to take care of the sports of our children. If a Speaker of Parliament can build a stadium, what about government? Of course, we shall upgrade our football pitches. We shall have tax incentive in investment in sports and creative arts facilities. Of course, tax waivers for private schools with playgrounds. Private, they will have tax waivers. And even we shall give them credit to be able to build them. There will be 10 sports academies for all the sports. 10 sports academies. Why not train as sportsmen in sports? All our regional referral hospitals will be upgraded to the level of national hospitals. And our district hospitals will be upgraded to regional referral hospitals, the standard of that. We shall equip our rehabilitation centers for the support of the youth who are struggling with drugs and alcohol. I want to tell the country that the youth are taking drugs and alcohol not because they want it. It's because they have nothing to do. If you give a youth a job to go and work in the morning up to evening, what time will he have to take drugs? what time will they have to take alcohol? They are taking it because they have nothing to do. So we should create employment for them. Our hospitals will have they will have ambulances, both air and the road, and I can say air and the road. We shall have trained and specialized personnel in these hospitals, and as I stated, they will have accommodation, and we hope to have a 10% budget in the health sector so that we are able to take care of that. Of course, we shall have insurance paid for by government, which is called National Health Insurance. Mr. Chairman, that was pillar number 3. I have pillar number 4, which I want to summarize, and pillar number 5 so that we have time to do other things. We shall deliver, and this is a very contentious issue. Our parliament is too big. I think we need to review our parliament where we should have one direct elected MP for women and one for men. Even in the current state, 2 times 154, is it 154? 140 what? 146. You're already over 292 people. Why should we have all that big parliament with where even you can't sit? I am really sympathetic to my younger brother Ekanya. I don't know where he's going to sit in the next parliament. But we will be there, we shall support you until you go there and find a way to sit. We're thinking our constitution should be proportional representation, which has been advocated by UPC and the DP. And this is what we say, we agree with you, we should have proportional representation. And me, I will convince the parliament to restore the presidential term limit and the age limit. I will ensure the Inspectorate of Government, that's IGG, his or her powers can never be overridden by a president. Because if we're fighting corruption, you need to empower the IGG office, you need to empower the Auditor General's office, you need to empower the Internal Auditor General's office, you need to empower the Criminal Investigation Department of Police, all those organizations and the civil society. And this will be one of my main focus with my colleagues in FDC to ensure that these ones have power so that we curtail the loss in the form of stealing public resources. We shall have our debt reduced drastically so that we leave the state where we're being declared bankrupt to a very positive country where everybody would love to come. We are going to restore state-owned enterprises which are very good for purpose of delivering services where government cannot, where the private sector cannot invest. And that's restoring parastatals capacity. We shall have special plans for each region. Each region has its own dynamics for purposes of development. Where they are behind, we make it more, give more resources for them to develop. Even the constitution of Uganda demands that to develop the country equally, but taking into consideration those which are less developed. That means we shall be following the constitution. We have a constitution which talks about regional governments. They have never been operationalized. I want to state, when you give me power, regional government will be operationalized and they will have the allocation of 60% of our budget. Now somebody will say, your budget is 10% in agriculture, 10% in health sector. That 60% which goes there will have a portion of 10% for agriculture, 10% for health, and agriculture is in the villages. And the villages are the one which form regional governments. We'll have a Judicial Service Commission which will really scrutinize judgments. Judicial has backlogs, but the judgments which are really delivered, and you see that even a P1 child will say that was wrongly delivered. Justice denied. Just what? We shall have timely investigations and action on them. All colonial rules and laws, like the one of preventive arrest, will be ended. Truth and reconciliation, I've talked about it. It will be set up and be dealt with. There will be dialogue between the government and the civil society. There's no reason why government cannot dialogue with the civil society. We shall fund Human Resources Commission with enough money to carry out investigation and even prosecute those who abuse human rights. And of course, as we talked about the budget of health, there will be a special portion allocated to deal with women's health. And there will be no one to violate a woman. And we have a lot of men who have violence against women, officers who have violence against women in offices. This is going to be history. Women must be respected as one of the best people on earth. And I've talked about capital, and I can tell you there will be cheap capital for all Ugandans. I have special interest groups, that's Pillar 5, and Mr. Chairman, I will conclude on that. We've talked about women, youth, and elderly, and of course men. You can get a man walking, but is also disabled. There will be a deliberate effort which we shall work on to ensure that nobody in this country is left behind in any activity of government. And that's where we shall disburse all government grants, provide procurement services to the people, and service support services to those disadvantaged class of people in the society. All the youth who will be unemployed, we shall have a one every year, initially of 1 million for unemployed youth. Our borders will have a saving and protection of cooperative scheme with the resources put in by government to avoid it to go, is it together? I was computing for one border who bought a motorcycle at 5 million. At the end, he had paid about 16 million. In short, he worked for together. This is daylight robbery. This is not acceptable for our people. All government contracts, there will be a deliberate effort to be given to the youth in a proportion of 10% or more. We the youth, if we're not treated well as the youth, I wouldn't be standing here to talk to you. which I want to thank the Jack Sabbaths for having mentored us. We shall have schools to train our teachers of special needs. We shall have innovation for PWs. We shall have centers for PWs who are using arms to use their hands and make money. And our people above 65 years of age, each will be benefiting 60,000 shillings per month to avoid this one of where they have increased the age of 80. And 80, this was a proposal in 2006, and we'll bring it back in 2026. Those who try to copy it, implement it wrongly. There will be a fund for our ex-servicemen and women so that they are built in the productive sector. Our constitution demands that our constitution should be translated in our local languages. That's why people don't know their constitution. This is a deliberate force that immediately will take power. The constitution of Uganda will be translated in all the local languages in this country. Collection of revenue for tourism sites and cultural institutions will benefit 5% of that collection. And of course, we must restore coffee, tea, cotton. These are our core cash crops, which when we're studying in primary, our time, they say, what are the leading cash crops for Uganda? Number one was coffee. Number 2 was cotton. Number 3 was tea. What happened? The economy of Uganda was growing on those 3. So it means we shall restore those organizations to as they were in the first stages. We shall provide 100 million development fund to all villages of the country. That's only 7 trillion. I have 100 million per parish leaders in circles. You know how many parishes do we have? About 10,000. That's 1 trillion. Sub-counties, there are 2,300, I think, 100 million. I'm talking about 230 billion. The LOC5s will have $500 million per district. How many districts? 140 what? You multiply how many billions are there? That's only 100, 500, that's about only 73 billion. And the country will have money to generate money, the economy will be fixed, and the money now what? I want to ask all of you to trust us. We come here ready to work for you. We want to tell you we are servants you can rely on. We come here to unite this country without hatred on anybody. I want anybody to move from Koboko to Chisolo, and each of you will treat each other as brother and sister. We build bridges where they are not. We repair those which have been destroyed. I call on every Ugandan that lend us your vote. Lend us your vote, and you will see the results. Look and do it as God did to King David. It can be done. Where there is no road, God will put a what? Where there is no way, God will put a what? I can tell you, if all of you voted Nandala Mafabi as your president in Uganda. You will never regret in your entire life. With all those many words, I want also again to thank the country which has supported me all along, starting from where I came from. I came from Obudadili, went to the national, they took me to school, they looked after me, and all the support wherever I've worked. I will not go without mentioning my brother, Sebambi. Is he still around? Yusuf was my colleague in the university, a very bright man, and has been there for me. And I believe, even in Uganda, if I work with Yusuf, he should be there for me. I want to thank my brother Mukaras for the love he has shown me wherever. As a human being, I've fallen short of grace, but he has been there for me. All of you, where I have erred, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. Just give me an opportunity to lead this country, and you will never regret. God be with you. God bless you. One Uganda, one people, one people.
Okay, that would have been the, you may take your seat, Mr. President, sir. I was wondering who has hijacked my powers because I have not yet adjourned this council. But because I respect the national anthem, I had to comply. We have only 2 items left, and I'll request that we be patient. In the next few minutes, we shall be concluding with this National Council. I would like to request our Treasurer General, and I'm moving in accordance with Article 22D of this Constitution, which mandates the National Council to approve the party budget. Using my powers, I have amended the order paper to allow the Treasurer General to submit a summary of the budget estimates for approval by this Honorable Council, and also to move a motion to allow NEC to oversee the implementation of this budget, because we may not have another National Council before the next general elections, and yet we need resources to run the campaign. Therefore, I'll request the Treasurer General to step forward and present the estimates, which shall be seconded by one of us, and the motion will be moved by one of us, and we shall proceed to process that approval. Thank you. Mr. Treasurer General, please step forward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the Treasury, I want to thank you very much, and I want to congratulate you, Honorable Nathan Nandala Mafabi James, for being the flag bearer of FDC 2026-2031. May God bless FDC. In accordance with the Constitution, as provided of FDC, I'd like to inform through you, Mr. Chairman, inform the delegates and members of the National Council.
I've been guided that the media can leave us to have our in-house discussions. I think you've got enough news to run you for the whole year until the next general election, because this manifesto has been too elaborate. Thank you so much. We thank you in the fourth estate. Thank you so much. Our manifesto will be next to none. I can promise you this. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. As the media moves, we believe in our budget that we are going to nominate candidates for all elected positions.